What's up, everybody? I'm Aslan. He's Michael Langston. It's another edition of Warchant TV talking about recruiting. But first, a little housekeeping on our part. Why don't you hit the like button, everybody? It's a commit we're going to be talking about. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Subscribe to warchant.com. It's your ultimate Seminole sports source. All right, Michael, it's cliche as can be, but games are won in the trenches. Florida State fans have an absolute hankering for offensive line commits. That's not what we're talking about. But, hey, the next closest thing, defensive line commits, and they got one from New Orleans, a really great program at St. Augustine High School. What do we know about the latest commitment for Florida State?
Yes, Byron Turner. I talked about him a few times. I was actually saving this for the hot board where we were going to talk about him. St. Augustine is actually where David Johnson actually started his high school coaching career, or one of the places, and they have a very good edge. This is a very good edge rusher in Byron Turner. This kid can really get after the quarterback. I think he had 14 sacks a year ago. I think in his sophomore season, even when he was injured, you think he had double-digit sacks as well. He really goes out to get off the edge and get off blocks and get to that quarterback, and that's what FSU's desperately needed in this class. They got some guys that are good, solid against the run, but you need pure pass rushers. That's kind of the thing they've been missing as far as in their defensive ends. This kid certainly fits that bill. Athletic, can do a lot of different things. Main thing is get after the quarterback, and that's the one thing he does so well. Uses his hands very well, very violently. He's a guy that's going to fit very well into that FSU defense. And as I said, with St. Augustine, there are so many ties for David Johnson inside that program. So that this didn't surprise me. I didn't make a forecast for it because I was kind of waiting to talk to Byron before I did anything as far as, and been trying to get an update. But there is a lot of connections there as far as Johnson to that program. So this is not a surprise. FSU's been working on him hard, and like I said, this kid is a pure pass rusher that really can get after everything in that backfield. I like the pick a lot, and I think it's very needed for this class.
I like the fact that we see him rushing not only from the edge, but he's also doing some rush, through the A-gap and whatnot. So that's pretty interesting. The timing seems a bit curious, though, Michael. I mean, we keep talking about the fact that it's going to be really difficult to pull in commits right now with it being such a quiet period for an extended period of time. What do you think kind of makes sense for Byron to kind of do it right now?
Well, I think he knows the need that FSU has. They don't have many edge rushers like him. He knows he's comfortable with the coaching staff at FSU. He's been talking to those guys for a while. This isn't like a super secret thing. I mean, FSU offered, but FSU's been on him for like 2 or 3 months. They've been talking for a while. So this isn't a situation where they just jumped in there. The relationship's been built. And as I said, for them to get kids, the kids are going to have to trust what you're running and what you're going to instill. And 2, there has to be solid relationships there. And obviously with David Johnson and Coach JP at the defensive end position, I think there's a strong bond there as far as with that coaching staff. And I texted some with Byron the last 2 weeks, and I could tell like he was like, FSU's on me hard. I really like this staff. I mean, that's 2 of the things that he relayed to me. So I knew the relationship was there. I thought he might wait to check it out, but I think he had seen enough where he knew that there was a need there. I have coaches that I'm comfortable with, and I know it's a place that I would feel comfortable. I probably did a virtual visit and all that stuff. So I think he saw enough without visiting FSU in person, at least right now, that, hey, this is a place I know I feel very comfortable with, especially, as I said, with Coach Johnson. That's a big deal to have somebody that you trust that much. And you look at this kid's offer list, it's very impressive. I mean, and you can see why. And we talked about this yesterday. He's listed as a 3-star recruit. I don't see 3-star film when I watch that kid's film. It's like he doesn't look like a 3-star to me. He looks like a 4-star, low 4-star to me, mid-range 4-star to me. When I watch his film, there's actually Rivals did a very good write-up as far as their analysis on him. There's actually some good film of him and Tristan Lay, who's the high rivals 100. He goes head to head with him. It's a nice little clip of those guys going at it, and it shows you his ability to get after the quarterback when you're going against somebody like Lay and you're still doing pretty well or holding your own. That says a lot about your skill set, and I think that's a big deal.
Yeah. Again, people might want to focus on the whole 3-star aspect. I mean, you kind of talked about why it's not as big of a deal, but I mean, to see the fact that he took a visit to Baylor now, I'm pretty sure that the head football coach there is Dave Arata, who was with Ed Orgeron to LSU the last few years. So that's obviously a guy who's got a pretty good eye for talent. So again, Florida State trying to stay hot, trying to build momentum on this recruiting trail. They're doing a very weird offseason signs. 3-star defensive lineman Byron Turner out of St. Augustine High School in New Orleans. Also the home of Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, Kerry Kittles, and Leonard Fournette. So now you know, everybody. Breaking it down as he only can for us here on Warchant TV, Michael Langston. Thanks for your time, buddy. Hit the like button, everybody.
You got it.